Morning, brothers. Morning, sisters. Today, I want to talk about the presence of God and also how the enemy reacts to those things. So in Mark 8, under where Jesus predicts his death, he starts telling the disciples, like, hey, the time is coming near. The Son of Man must suffer, meaning he got to go to the cross. So this is a funny one to me because Peter then pulls him aside and tells Jesus, hey, man, look, that's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen to you. So I understood Peter's concern. You know, this is your leader. This is the Messiah, the one that you've seen him do miracles. What is he talking about? You love him. You would die for him. I'm sure we have loved ones where we would, if anything was to come at them or any type of trouble, you would be there for them, right? So this is Peter, and probably super loved Jesus. And what's so powerful, Jesus turns to him after he says that. He's like, hey, I gotta go. It's almost time for me to go to the cross. And Peter's like, nah, that's not gonna happen. And he turns to him, get behind me, Satan. And I'm sure Peter's just sitting there like, oh, what? You know, the most powerful thing is what Jesus said after. He said, you do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns, which shows how tricky the enemy is, right? I believe then that Peter understood after that how clever the enemy was and how he was using him to block the Father's will. And the second one I want to share real quick is David. So you got Goliath calling all these Israelites out, kind of like Achilles and Troy. Is there anybody else? And everybody's sitting there looking dumb, stupid. And if you don't think that that's impressive, man, go to the biggest guy you see today and do that to him real quick. See how that works out for you. So where the presence of God comes in, and this is probably through, he's been taught since he was young about his God, about his teachings, and probably been aware of God's presence, right? So David kind of just walks up and just like, who is this? He's probably looking confused at the fellow Israelites, like, yo, who is this Philistine, this uncircumcised, right? And tells them, hey, today my God is going to deliver your head into my hands. You're the one who defies God with this confidence, right? So we're talking about the presence of God, but also I'm thinking about what makes me laugh is Goliath. He's probably sitting there like, why is he so confident? What is this? You know, which kind of puts doubt in his mind. We all know the story. He slung the rock, cracked him in his head, cut off his head, and that was it. The presence of God, and the enemy will flee. So stay in the word. Anytime the enemy attacks, man, stay in the word. Hit him with the word. All right? God bless. I'm out.